Why didn't someone give us this advice earlier? 32 years of real estate. I got advice from a billionaire on the two major values in property that we're going to share with you. Stay tuned.
I'm the ringleader, so listen up.
Good morning.
How do you spell major?
We'll come to that in a moment, but we've expanded our lives out onto Instagram now. So please let us know if you can hear and see us this morning. But
Wah, wah, wee, wah, wah, wah. How did you do that?
Yeah, we're like Channel 7, expanding networks.
Before we talk about my mind being blown by this latest one, can you tell me about how to spell major, Billy?
Like the army. Major Novak.
Majour is like the army, and Major. Maybe that's just a US thing. I don't know.
Bloody Americans, always complicating it for us.
Bloody Americans.
Yeah, this is a great topic. Great topic.
Are you ready for it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Are you sure? Is everyone ready for this? Are you sure you're ready for this?
What was the advice you were given as a young real estate agent?
No, this is just now. I just got it now, and I'm like, why didn't I find this out earlier?
Oh, right. Okay, go on.
There's two values in a property. There is two values in a property. Get this, understand this. This is going to make you money. The first value in property is the land. It's the land. Even in a strata building, the land's super valuable. It's the land. The second value in a property is the bricks and mortar. Now, what I mean by that, the land, and then the tricky part here is the land is the appreciating part. It's the part that goes up in value. The building is the part that's always going down in value. You can't change this. This is a fact. Buildings always depreciate. Fact. Land always appreciates. Fact. So when you're buying a house or a unit, there's two values that you're purchasing. Boom.
That's really interesting. So the appreciating value is probably what people actually look at and go, this is great, we love the location, but the depreciating value is probably what pulls on the heartstrings, what people fall in love with.
Can you say that again?
The appreciating value, the land side of things, it's great. The location, people love it. But the depreciating value is probably what pulls on the heartstrings more so than what actually is going on.
Can you believe it? Can you believe it? It's well said and so true, because guys and girls, when you are purchasing real estate, I want you to remember this. This is probably the fundamental pillars of buying real estate. The land will always go up, and the building itself will always go down. So I'll give you an example. We've got a golf estate up in Terry Hills. These guys did an estate. They were like 2,000, 3,000 metre square blocks, and they sold for a fortune. Brand new homes, brand new subdivision. They sold for a fortune. They almost sold for the same as the 5-acre blocks in Terry Hills. And this is really what got me going. And I was like, shit, when I look at it this way, now I can really understand it. The 5-acre values were the same price as these brand new houses on 3,000 metres squared. And I was like, cool. They were like for like. You could buy them for about $2 million.
Right.
For 5 acres, $2 million for these houses. 20 years later, this is what freaked me out. 20 years later, the 5-acre blocks were sitting at $8 million with no house on them, by the way. And these big homes on 3,000 meters squared had dated. They were now old kitchens, old bathrooms, and these homes are worth 4 or 5 million. And I'm looking at it going, what happened there? Why did the land continue to appreciate so much? And what actually happened is both blocks of land went up percentage wise the same, but the actual house itself, the big monster homes that were brand new, were no longer brand new. They were depreciated. So have a real long hard think when you're buying real estate, guys and girls, about what we just said.
Yeah, furthermore to that, locations that have got an infinite or more supply, to just add in, keep adding in more and more, you can generally expect that your capital growth, your price growth will not be as strong. It's basic, right? If you're buying in a suburb where they can add more subdivisions, more homes, more apartments, that's going to stall your capital growth. That's why people choose these blue chip locations that are already built out. Really, really basic stuff, but people miss it.
And that's what I think. Metro Sydney is a great consideration for that. Metro Sydney is quite tight. The planning controls are quite tight. I do find some in other states they can just keep releasing, keep building, and they create an oversupply. That oversupply is not obvious in a good real estate market. In a tough real estate market, that oversupply is damning. It's awful to watch.
I'll give you my one word, my one-liner for this morning. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Supply is the enemy of capital growth.
Got it. I just reckon that's a killer, that line.
Yeah.
Can you say it again?
Supply is the enemy of capital growth.
Right. Now, that what you've just said is not obvious in a good real estate market.
True.
It may be a great real estate market for 1/3 of the cycle. The other 2/3 of the cycle, it's damning. It's awful. It's hard to watch, and it's really sad. And I've had people that just can't come back to the northern beaches, or they just can't come back to Sydney because they rode that wave. They saw lots of supply. It was attractive. It was well priced. They jumped in. They can't try to come back 10 or 15 or 20 years later. I can give you a list as long as my arm. I speak to people all day long about it. They try to come back and they can't because it's dried up. So, where they were didn't have that appreciation. Here just kept going.
Yeah. And we're not talking about just buying a view this morning, not living on a cliff top like this person. But we're talking about, choosing the right areas. I think, there's lots of things you can look at, where government's doing, sort of good projects, things like that. Areas that are being enhanced, but not over capitalized on.
So big time. So the golden lesson today, guys and girls, the golden lesson today is there's an appreciating value in property and there's a depreciating value in property. If you've just tuned in, we want you to take this nugget away, or these two nuggets away. There's two values that are sitting in a property. So one value appreciating, one value depreciating. The land is appreciating all the time. The property, the building is depreciating all the time.
There you go. I think if you can look at every property that way, keep it simple, it'll make things a lot easier.
Pretty bloody obvious.
There you go. Have a good day.
Thanks, Billy Bob. Everyone have a great day. See you guys. Cheers.